BlackRock is a company before which even the wealthiest country in the world, the United States, stands pleading for help. Whether it was the 2008 economic crisis or the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, whenever America's dominance has been questioned, BlackRock has emerged as a savior for the country. Not just America. Today BlackRock manages over $10 trillion in funds worldwide. To understand how massive this number is, consider that India, with a GDP of $3.7 trillion, is the fifth largest economy in the world. BlackRock manages assets more than 2.5 times that amount. When the world's top companies or countries need money, they turn to BlackRock. This company operates like a shadow bank. Today, the food we eat, the water we drink, and the medicines we take when we fall sick, all of these are, in some way, under the control of BlackRock. Not only that, during the Russia-Ukraine war, when Ukraine's economy was on the brink of collapse, President Zelensky handed over the keys to the country's funds not to anyone else but directly to BlackRock. Despite having so much control, if you haven't heard much about this company, it's because BlackRock prefers to stay out of the limelight to keep. Let's first understand the history of the company and its founder, Larry Fink. Larry Fink, the founder of BlackRock, was born into an ordinary Jewish family in the U.S. He had a keen interest in finance and the stock market. He realized that the power of money is greater than political power. Whoever has money can control the leaders and governments of a country. In 1976, he started working as a security trader at the investment firm First Boston. Within just 6 years, he was promoted to the position of managing director. By the age of 31, he had achieved this feat. During his tenure, he generated $1 billion in profit for the company, which significantly elevated his stature in the finance world. However, in 1986, a small miscalculation led to a $100 million loss for the company. Larry was on the verge of becoming the CEO, but this mistake cost him his job. Larry was deeply affected by this and decided he would never work for anyone again. Later, he found support from Steve Schwarzman, the founder of Blackstone. Schwarzman realized that Larry could be a trump card for him. He gave Larry $5 million, and Larry, along with 7 other partners, started Blackstone Financial Management Limited. In a way, the foundation of BlackRock was laid in 1988. The company grew rapidly, and by 1994, it was managing $53 billion in assets. Major companies began entrusting Blackstone with managing their funds. However, in 1994, Schwarzman separated from the company and sold his 35% stake for just $240 million. Schwarzman considers this the biggest mistake of his life, as his stake would now be worth over $50 billion. Larry, however, was unfazed by Schwarzman's departure and renamed the company BlackRock. Investors continued to trust the company. In 1999, BlackRock launched its first IPO at $14 per share and raised $900 million in funding. Within a few months, the company was managing $165 billion in assets. Larry Fink knew that to move forward, he had to eliminate his competitors. He began acquiring rival companies. In 2006, he acquired Merrill Lynch, and in 2009, he took over Barclays Global Investors. From then on, BlackRock never looked back. BlackRock is considered the most powerful asset management company in the world, managing funds for numerous countries and companies. The company regulates insurance funds, pension funds, bonds, securities, and stocks. It also deals in the real estate sector. BlackRock has over 89 offices in 38 countries and clients in more than 100 countries. The company has a presence on every continent and manages over $10 trillion in assets. To put this into perspective, $10 trillion is more than the GDP of every country except the US and China. However, BlackRock's success isn't just a result of luck. The company has made several controversial decisions that have raised questions. Economic crises are no limitation. During the 2008 and 2020 global economic crises, while the world was in turmoil, BlackRock made huge profits. In 2008, during the Lehman Brothers crisis, when the economies of major countries, including the US, were collapsing, BlackRock's income increased by 23%. Not only that, BlackRock played a crucial role in helping the U.S. recover from the crisis. When the government asked Larry Fink for solutions, he decided to provide loans to several banks, and the government injected money into the market. However, there was a twist. Larry only lent money to banks in which BlackRock had stakes. Some even believe that Larry Fink was responsible for creating the economic crisis due to his debt securitization policies, which led to the Lehman Brothers collapse. Similarly, during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, BlackRock not only made profits but also saved several companies from bankruptcy. Hiring government officials. BlackRock hires a large number of government officials for top positions. The company claims it does so because these officials have experience in running sectors and can better manage the company. However, the reality is different. Data shows that while BlackRock hires these officials at high salaries, when they return to politics or government, they create laws that benefit BlackRock. For example, Dees and Adeyemo, former employees of BlackRock, were part of Barack Obama's National Economic Council and now work under the Biden administration. Even Kamala Harris, the current U.S. Vice President, is a former BlackRock employee. Michael Pyle, BlackRock's former global chief investment strategist, was part of Obama's government and is now Kamala Harris's chief economic advisor. It's no surprise that any policies made will favor BlackRock. This is why BlackRock manages most of America's money today. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Federal Reserve awarded BlackRock's consulting arm, FMA, an emergency contract to manage its funds without any bidding process. BlackRock regulates every industry. Because it controls the U.S. government, BlackRock now controls the entire world. Companies like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Walmart, McDonald's, and many others have BlackRock stakes. Even if you use your credit or debit card for transactions, BlackRock benefits. BlackRock has also invested in several Indian companies. For example, in April 2024, BlackRock purchased shares worth 207 Indian rupees crore in Electrosteel Castings and PTC India Limited, leading to an 11% surge in their stock prices. BlackRock's influence in China. BlackRock's influence is also growing in China. Despite the U.S. banning investments in Chinese companies and blacklisting several of them, BlackRock continues to invest in these companies. Larry Fink's company is strengthening its hold in China's real estate market and mutual fund sector. In the future, it's possible that Larry Fink will control China as well. BlackRock's double standards. While BlackRock claims to be an environmentally and socially friendly company, it also invests in companies responsible for climate change and fossil fuel usage. For example, BlackRock has a 6.7% stake in ExxonMobil, which is responsible for 2% of the world's carbon emissions. Additionally, BlackRock has invested in gun manufacturing businesses. This shows the company's double standards. Larry Fink and his company don't care whether a company is doing the right thing or if its investments are harmful to society. BlackRock is only concerned about its profits. This is why, from 1999 to 2020, the company achieved a growth rate of 7,539%. BlackRock's magical software, Aladdin. BlackRock's success can also be attributed to its magical software, Aladdin, asset, liability, and debt and derivative investment network. This software, designed by the company, acts as a risk management tool. Aladdin uses AI to measure global events and risk parameters, advising where to invest and where there's a risk of losing money. The software calculates data from thousands of companies and countries worldwide. Over 50,000 users rely on this software, and major companies pay millions to use it. Today, over $2 trillion in assets are managed through Aladdin. Japan uses it to regulate its $1.5 trillion pension fund, and the world's largest companies, including Apple, Alphabet, and Amazon, rely on BlackRock's Aladdin system. Why isn't BlackRock in the news? Despite being such a massive company, you might wonder why BlackRock isn't often in the news. This is part of the company's strategy. Larry Fink doesn't want his company to be in the media spotlight. If the media starts covering BlackRock, every decision will be scrutinized, and Larry prefers to keep his decisions private. He succeeds in this because BlackRock controls 90% of the world's media. The company has invested in most major media houses, including Fox, CBS, and Comcast. This is why no media outlet can publish anything about BlackRock without its approval.